Hello, Dark Moon Doll here. Today I'm going to do a show for Monday Morning Rant. Monday Morning Rant is a rant that I do on Mondays, just talking about things that irk me or bother me or make me question things in this world that are happening. So, what I wanted to talk about is probably something that most people will get mad about, but I really don't care. Um, I've noticed that when I walk just in this area and I see like a white woman with a black man, the white woman looks like she's really on defensive. And I've even just seen that in this area, in any area where I see a white woman together with a black man. It just seems like the white woman is really feeling self-conscious about herself and the fact that she's with a black man and wondering and fearful of how a black woman's going to take that. And it's just obvious that that's how that person is feeling. And I haven't had one encounter with seeing a black man and a white woman that are together where it hasn't been feeling really awkward and feeling like the woman is on the defensive for some reason. I don't really care who people choose to get together with as a mate, but I've just noticed this. I don't know if there's any black women who've noticed this too, but it's just kind of weird. And I'm not here to say whether or not black men should date white women or whatever. That's not the point of this rant this morning. It's just about, if you're gonna date somebody outside of your race, don't feel self-conscious about it. If someone from the same race is coming towards you, you're feeling all self-conscious about yourself and feeling the need to be, more on the defensive. I've noticed that. I mean, I remember going to this barbecue once. It was hosted by this black dude, and his wife was white. And I just came there. I didn't even know anybody there. I brought my drawing supplies and everything just in case I got bored or whatever. Because I don't know. I'm just awkward in large social settings, parties and stuff. Um, but the guy was really like flippant towards me, the black dude that came up to, because he was somebody that my husband knew from work, right? And so he invited us, him and our family, to this barbecue. We didn't know anybody there at all, nobody. My husband knew the dude that invited us, but we went there and everything. And my husband is white, so he's German, of German ancestry, and so that doesn't really play into when I look at somebody and get to meet somebody, get to know somebody, um, at a party especially. It's like I'm not going to refuse to talk to somebody just because of their nationality, because all these different nationalities are all over the place. We're all mixed, we're all over the place. So how can you avoid talking to somebody of a certain nationality or being mad and not wanting to? Um, the guy that was hosting it, he was really flippant. And then he came up, when we came there, he looked at me and says, "Oh, I heard all about you." And I was just kind of like, that's weird. Anyway, I just smiled and said, "Oh, okay, thanks for inviting me to the party," or whatever. And it was just weird. And then his wife came out, who was white, and I smiled at her, and she just looked at me like she was pissed off or something. And it's like, why are you so mad? I thought you'd be happy. Are you happily married or whatever? It's just weird. And then, yeah, that was a weird party. I went out to the back just to see what else was going on. People were just hanging around out in their little cliques, and I come out there and they're just looking at me with their noses up at me. So, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt about it. But I noticed that whenever I walk out the door, and if I see like a white woman with a black man, it seems like the white woman is definitely feeling really self-conscious about herself. I notice that. Wondering if I'm going to get angry or treat her like shit because you're with one of the brothers, you're with a black man, and you shouldn't be with a black man. I've never told anybody that ever. It's just in their subconscious mind. If that's in your mind and you feel like you shouldn't be, then don't. But if you don't have enough confidence and know that this is somebody you love and you're spending your life with, and you don't give a shit what people think, then it shouldn't matter what I think and my opinions on it. It's just weird to me. You make a decision for your life and you're concerned about what others think about you. It's just the same thing with a lot of white people, like white women specifically, who decide to let their hair dread or ask somebody to braid their hair for them. After it's done, they feel all self-conscious about it. I have experience with that. There was a woman that asked me if I would braid her hair as a white woman, and she wanted to put in a bunch of braids. And I'm like, okay, sure. And she paid me for it and everything. And then the next day, she didn't have them in there. She took them out. And I said, well, why did you take them out? And she says, I don't know. I just felt like I shouldn't be wearing a hairstyle like this. And I'm like, okay. You just wasted a whole bunch of your money on a hairstyle that I gave you, and now you took it out, whatever. It's your money. But that's what's just really weird to me. I've noticed that. I've come across that a lot. When a white woman is with a black dude, she feels very self-conscious about herself. I don't know what that shit's about. Well, yeah, I do know what it's about. It's about them lacking confidence and feeling like what they're doing is wrong, but they're doing it anyway. And a lot of these, I'm not saying every white woman that just chooses to be with a black man is like this, but I'm saying a lot of white women that choose to be with black men, they choose to be with a black man for sexual reasons. For the all the all together myth of the fact that black men are more well endowed and stuff like that. It's just really ridiculous the way some people's minds work. Really, I had a lot of friends, white women. They were friends. I don't hang out with a lot of people that much anymore because people really make me. They make me irritated and angry with the things that they do and say without a care or thought. They just kind of say whatever the fuck's on their mind and just splurt it out at you without thinking about being considerate or respectful. And I've noticed that with a lot of like white women are like that with me. They'll just, I'm not saying that, like I say it again, I'm not saying all white women are like this, but I'm saying a lot of them have been like that with me, feeling like they have to like somehow relate to me in some sort of way. And there's a lot of white women that want to be black women. I mean, if you look back, look at Janis Joplin. She pretty much outright said that she wished she was black. She was a black woman. There's a lot of white women out there like that. There's a lot of white women I've talked to in the past who said they feel more comfortable around black people and black men and black women and all that. But when they were saying it, it felt like they weren't proud of who they were. And that they weren't proud of who they were because they felt like they're connected to a past that was filled with abuse towards the other race, towards black people. So that seems like that's a part of it, that they feel like when a black woman sees them with a black man, they feel like, oh shit, I shouldn't be with him because I just stole a black man that a black woman could have been with. You know what I mean? I'm not even thinking about any of that shit when I see that. I just see someone who looks very, much doubting themselves. If you're in love with this dude, then none of that shit really enters in your mind, right? Would it? It just seems really crazy to me. And if you're going to choose to date somebody that's not exactly your same race, then do it because you're in love with that person, you have feelings for them. Not that you're trying to make some sort of statement, like you're trying to follow some sort of trend. Believe it or not, black men have become trendy. Seriously. It is. It is going on. Black men have become trendy. And not really to a big degree have black women become trendy. Not really. If you think about it. But yeah, it just is silly to me. This world is silly in that way. Yeah, and I've a lot of white women that I've come in contact with, they'll make an effort to let me know that they've been with a black man. And I'm like, why do I need to know this shit? This is your own personal fucking life, and your own thing that you're doing, I really don't give a shit to know about these personal, intimate things about your life, especially when I just barely know you. I had a roommate that was talking to me about things like that, and I'm like, I really don't care to hear about it. So keep it to yourself, you know. Just because I'm a black woman doesn't think I'd be interested in hearing your intimate details about your relationship with a black man. I really don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care if you feel more comfortable around black people. You're a white person, you feel more comfortable around black people. You know, I don't feel like you need to tell me that shit in order to make me feel comfortable around you. It's just really crazy, and even more so these days, with all these people just feeling so lacking in self-confidence that they have to be on the defensive all the time. And it's like, no need. If you're happy with your life and you're happy with who you're with, then what does it matter what anybody has to say about it? But there's so many white women that are just really like, I'm going to do something progressive and alternative. I'm going to date a black man. I'm going to have sex with a black man and all this kind of shit. I've heard shit like this said. It's not just me making shit up, okay? And I'm like, with this kind of like, with more women, white women doing this or acting in this way, it just gives them that name. This gives them this kind of face that that's the type of person that they are in general. So watch what, you know, it's like watch what you say to people. I remember a white woman telling me I feel more comfortable. No, it was a white man that I dated this dude a long time ago. Not really dated, but, you know, I got together with him a few times and hung out with him. And we kind of dated, I guess. But he was just telling me I feel more comfortable around black people because I don't have to act smart around them. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Now you wonder why, you know, white women and white men, a lot of them, they wonder why black people don't want to be around you, or you want to go out and touch their hair and, you know, it's just crazy. Why can't people just be more civilized and more confident in themselves, to where if you're going to date somebody outside of your race, you shouldn't really care about what people have to say about it. Anyway, thanks for joining me today for today's show, Monday morning rant. It's just my insight and based on my personal experience of what I've seen. And it's like, it's not like it's something that's experiences I've had in the past. It's stuff that I still see to this day. These white women just get so like puffed up and on the defensive when they see me, because they think I'm pissed off. I'm mad. A mad, angry black woman. You're taking all the black men. You know what I mean? Why are you going through with this if you feel so self-conscious about all this? Yeah. Yeah. I haven't really had the best time with hanging out with white women. Very much because they feel the need to like try to relate too much. And there's only so much you can relate to somebody who looks totally different from you, because what happens is my childhood is going to be different than your childhood. The way people approached me as a child approach you differently based on how you look, your face, your hair, everything. And what you have going on was more socially acceptable than what I got going on the outside. So, yeah, what is that shit about? It makes me laugh, really. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the likes and shares, and thank you for your kind comments. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you, I don't know, I can say let me know what you think about this topic, but I know, whatever. I mean, this is just how I feel. Let me know if there's anybody out there who's had these experiences that I have. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear the experiences from a black woman, and her, if she's gotten the same reactions that I have. Because I don't even say anything. I just come out there. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? I'm just like minding my own business and trying to live my life, pretty much. like we all are. Alrighty, guys. Brightest blessings to you all, and I'll see you soon.